welcome back to Sitting with Ashley and Ashley. This is a collective Convo. I know I haven't done one in a long time. Uh, this is something that I needed this week, and I know a lot of other people are also going to need eventually, if not today, right now. So, this is a collective convo about parental validation. I'm a parent now, so I'm here to give you that validation that you need. But first, I'm going to talk about how painful it is to not receive that and how damaging it can be to our, confidence, our self worth, our being. I grew up in a family that had incredibly high expectations for me. Like, when I made a mistake, it was like the end of the world every time. I was terrified. I usually just left and went to my friend's house. Basically, grew up there because I didn't want to be around people who were so mean and judgmental and also hypocritical. I picked up on the hypocrisy within my family very early on, especially on Sundays. We would go to church, I would listen to the sermon, and we would go home, and at dinner, my family would be talking shit about people at church, and I was like, what the fuck, right? So picking up on that hypocrisy, I didn't want to be there. So I forged my own path. I started like being around my friends, different classes, like classes as in like economy wise. Like, some of my friends were really rich and some of them were really poor, and I had a lot of friends in a lot of different socio-economic and social spaces, I guess, especially for as much as my town could offer me, right? Um, and I learned a lot, right? But one of the things that I never got was a lot of validation. My father was very proud of me when I would achieve goals, but on a normal day when I wasn't achieving goals, I didn't feel like I was loved. I still don't feel like I was loved. I had been no contact with my mom for almost 2 years, but I did open contact from November until last week to, I had to take care of my cat, and so I had to borrow money. And I'm going to save so I don't have to do that again. And I think that, a lot of millennials, we are going no contact with our families because our family, I think the entire boomer generation is pretty narcissistic. Um, their parents were fucked in the head. The boomers as a generation, I often like to think of the boomer generation as, I know I'm running my mouth, but it'll make sense, hopefully, to some people who are dealing with this. The boomer generation, baby boomers happened because of World War II. And those men left the frontline war, came home, and like fucked war into their women, and that's what created the boomer generation. And I think when you conceive children in that kind of energy of war, right? Which is something that continues to happen, right? Let's keep it real. The terror and horror and atrocities, genocide, war, human bullshit, because of these systems that we live under, continues to create more generations of damaged fucking people. And I think misery does love company, right? I tried to express my truth to my mom last week. I was like, I'm gonna give this one more shot. Maybe she's grown since we haven't been talking. Nope. So I tried one more time. And none of it was validated, right? So it got me thinking, I'm like, I don't need that anymore because I'm a parent now. I parent my child the way that I wish I was parent. I've become the adult that I always needed at every stage of my life, and that's because I healed my inner child. I remembered that pain, but I never allowed myself to lose my innocence. I never allowed them to fully corrupt me into them, right? Whether it was my direct, immediate family or others around me or the system as a whole. I never let them take my innocence fully. There were moments that they knocked me the fuck down, right? But I protected myself enough to uh, be be who I am today, knowing that that's who I would have needed. So, it hurts. It hurts. It feels, it hurts. It makes us feel like we're not worthy. It makes us feel like we're not worthy of love or of nice things or of, the past, when I have talked to my mom the past couple years, I've said things that she wished I would never say. And I say to her, I deserve to have a good life. I deserve to have a kitchen with kitchen drawers. Okay, I live in the ghetto, right? I deserve to have a nice home. I deserve to have money. I deserve, right? And I've parented myself to a point of knowing that I deserve those things regardless of what the people around me want me to believe. I finally have that belief, knowing in myself that I do deserve those things. I'm a good person. I'm a great person. But you don't have to be a good person to deserve nice things, right? But for me, I deserve those things, and I know I deserve them. And anyone who doesn't think I deserve them has no space in my life now. And I think it's hard for us to let go of family, but I think it's easier for us as the generations coming, because we are healing. We are doing things differently. We are breaking these cycles. We are understanding the truth of the situation that we're living in, and we're choosing to make changes, right? So it hurts. I want you to know that I understand that pain, and you don't deserve to feel like that. You don't deserve to feel diminished or less than or inadequate in any way. I want you to know that you are amazing. I want you to know that the things that are unique about you are divine. I want you to know that you are deserving of everything that you hope for your life. I want you to know that you are loved. I want you to know that whatever things that you want to wear or express yourself with are completely valid. And I think you look hot, okay? I think that whatever you want for your life, I hope that you get that. I really do. I think that we're all getting really sick of hurting. I think that humanity as a whole is ready to not hurt anymore. The planet doesn't want to hurt anymore, and that includes all of the living beings. I think about the zoo animals so much, and I feel so bad for them, and they deserve to be free. We all do. And we're valid in that desire. We're valid in our motivation to make that as much of a reality for ourselves as possible, whether that means getting your own apartment and never letting anyone come over, right? Having a safe space to be yourself. My son and I are both autistic, and I didn't know I was autistic until I became an autistic mother, and a mother of an autistic child. And I was misdiagnosed with mental illness for the past 25 years. Misdiagnosed, over-medicated, force-medicated, incarcerated, going through the, jail system, the mental health system, being forced. Yeah, it's been horrible. I was never sick. There was there was never anything wrong with me. And if you got my medical file, you would see that, because they kept diagnosing me with everything. So I went on to get my master's degree, because I was like, you guys are fucking full of shit. And so I got my master's degree disproving the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, because I was so fucking sick of that shit. And after that, they tried one more time. They being my mother, my husband, the people around him. They tried one more time to lock me up in 2017, and they trafficked me for 6 months within mental institutions in Los Angeles. I was all over LA County in fucking mental institutions, drugged. I don't remember some of that. I was trafficked. And I came out of that, and a month later, I started leading mental health groups, and I was like, no, I'm not doing this shit again. Because I knew at that point, after, when you hit a certain point of rock bottom and you're the only one there to get you out, you and whatever it is you believe, you know that you're worthy. You know that you're valid for doing that, and you know who to keep the fuck out of your life or how close to let people get, right? So I just want you to know healing is possible. You can get through it. Just continue to love yourself in every point of your life, right? Love yourself now, love yourself through your rock bottom, love yourself. And it doesn't have to look like, whatever you think of when you think of love can also be a triggering thing, especially if you grew up in a home without that, or where love was used as like a power struggle or a tool for control, right? So anyway, you're valid. You're valid in whatever it is you're going through. You're valid in your process, and you're valid in, wanting a better life for yourself. I think we all have that drive to make life better. And if we don't have that drive, it's because we're very depressed. We don't see a way out. So I want you to hear me. This is your way out. Life is a choose your own adventure. If you continue to choose yourself over trying to seek validation from people hate you, I mean, sometimes we relapse. Like I did last week. I was like, maybe she's grown. Like, I have so much hope that other people grow because I'm constantly growing, right? I'm like one of those fucking invasive weeds. I am always growing. You cannot get rid of me. I will grow through it. And when I know, I've gotten to a point also, and I know I'm trailing off a lot, but with validation, check in yourself and see where you're at with the transmuting. When you become aware of other people's negative energy towards you, whether it's judgment, hatred, jealousy, envy, embarrassment, I don't know, whatever that is, how do you respond? Do you know that, the past couple of years I've taken on a couple of sayings, and I'm going to share them with you, because when you're feeling that energy, I want you to say these things. That is not a me problem, right? People having feelings about how you are, how you express yourself, how you feel, if they are unable to hold your truth, then that's not people you need in your life, and you need to choose yourself every time, right? So that's not a me problem, right? How people think about you, how they feel about you, what they feel about what you're doing, not a you problem. Focus on what you're doing. Focus on healing and loving yourself consistently. And say the affirmation, I deserve what it is I want, right? I deserve a good life. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be loved. I deserve to have money. I deserve to have my ideas seen and celebrated. I deserve the life of my dreams. Okay? Let me go ahead and pull a couple affirmations. I hope this helps. I know I shared a lot, but I want you to know that no matter what you go through, I haven't been through a lot of horrible things that a lot of people have, but I have been through a lot of horrible things that a lot of people have, right? So, there's always a choice. There's always going to be a way out, as long as you choose yourself. And I validate you. I'm so proud of you. I do something new, or at least different, every day. That will help. That will help you get out of a funk. And it doesn't have to be anything drastic, okay? It can be very simple. Today, I am filled with unlimited energy. I think we just did that one the other day for the daily affirmation. And I now allow my vibration to attract abundance in beautiful and creative ways. They say that money doesn't buy happiness, but let's keep it real. In a capitalist society, yes, the fuck it does. So you deserve to have money, to be able to have the life that you want, to be able to buy the things that you want, to express yourself, the tools you need to create the things that you want. You deserve that. All right? Everything in life is working out for my highest good. I hope this helps.